Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear devotees, if you remember, after discussing few things there, while discussing, Nachiketa became impatient that I had asked long back, please tell me the truth. That some say that after death something exists, some say that after death nothing exists. Please tell me. In between, Yama tried to test the Nachiketa. Then, after passing the test, Yama started praising aspirant in general, Vedantic aspirant in general, and Nachiketa as a best student. And the glory of Atma Gnana, self-knowledge also he spoke. And he was also telling that you are better than me. Why? Because knowing all these things, the what is truth, what is eternal, I am the self, etc. But still, I aspired for this Yama post. So I did lot of sacrifices, yagnas, and today I have got this Yama post. But in your case, you said, I don't need anything except self-knowledge and knowledge alone. So you are the better candidate than me. So when he was praising, the interesting part is probably, if not all, most of us, we would have been happy. We would have felt, oh, I am better than teacher. I am better than everything. Probably our ego would have been blotted. But here, instead of that, Nachiketa is telling, oh sir, please stop all these things. Please answer to my question. So that Jnana Pipasa, or the knowledge for hunger, was so deep and so intense in Nachiketa, nothing stopped him from the pursuit of self-knowledge. So this type of, deep interest, if in any subject, in any field, when we have got, we can be successful. This is one of the secret of success, we can say. He had such an intense burning for knowledge that I want to know what is that self. I want to experience what is that self. When we hear classes, when we read a book, or when we get some problem, we do get such type of thinking, ideas, no doubt, but other times it goes away. So the Atman, Brahmagnana, or self-knowledge, spiritual life should become our main meal, not the side dish. Whether pickle is there or not, still I can have my lunch. Whether curry is there or not, I may have. Whether dessert or sweet is there or not, I can finish my lunch. If there is no rice or dal or chapati or sambar, then I cannot have my lunch. So basically, from the main ingredients point of view, I'm telling. So the spiritual life, God seeking or self-seeking, self-experiencing should become the main thrust in our spiritual life or in our day-to-day life. Then we will be nearer to the self-realization or God realization. Such mindset, who has got, he is called Uttamadhikari, the best aspirant, the best spiritual aspirant. So Nachiketa belongs to that best spiritual aspirant. He has already got these qualities, and for us, we have to test ourselves, examine ourselves, and if not, then we have to develop these qualities. Then it is possible. Now, when Nachiketa asked, please tell me, what is the Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Dharmat and all, when he questioned, now Yama understood the Nachiketa's mindset. Smilingly, he started explaining the Vedanta. So from here, actually, the Upanishadic knowledge, the Vedantic knowledge starts. Till now, it is a story and it is a prelude, you can say. Sarve Veda Yatpadamamananti, Tapamsi Sarvani cha Yadvadanti, Yadichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti, Tatte Padam Sangrahena, Bravimi Omityetat. Sarve Veda Yatpadamamananti. That goal which all the Vedas proclaim, Sarve Veda, all the Vedas, Yat Padam Mamananti, Amananti means which, Yat Padam, which word, means which goal basically. Here, padam is not the word goal. Which goal has been declared, explained. Tapagumsi sarvani cha yadvadanti. And after austerities, which is spoken of, yadi chanto brahmacharyam charanti, desiring, desiring which people lead the life of celibacy, brahmacharya. Tatte padam sangrahena bravimi om iti etat. Oh my dear Nachiketa, I am telling you in briefly that is nothing but Omkara. So the greatness of Omkara, the significance of Omkara has been told. If you remember, Mundaka Upanishad, while we discussing, we also discussed about this. And I'm also taking Thursday classes in our Dublin, in our center. There I'm now discussing Taittiriya Upanishad. Maybe last but one class, we discussed many things about Omkara. So in most of the Upanishads, in many of the Upanishads, this Omkara description has been given. All right. Sarve Veda Yat Pada Mamananti. All the Vedas are declaring, explaining the Omkara. How it is? Because in the Vedas, if you see, as I told earlier, in the Vedas, we have got 4 parts. Sorry. What are the 4 parts? The first is Samhita, the praises about Indra, Varuna, or the hymns, basically. Then Brahmana. Brahmana contains the rituals, how to build the sacrifice altar, and what are the ingredients we have to use, in what sequence we have to use and all. Then Aranyaka. Aranyaka is nothing but like roughly if I say it is like a meditation, different type of meditations. Then Upanishads, which is nothing but Vedanta, Jnanakanda, Upanishads. Who am I? What is this God, nature of God, world? What is the relationship? All these things. We all know that. How can Yama tell to Nachiketa that the entire Veda, all the Vedas are trying to describe the Omkara? How to? Here, you should know some history, then you'll be able to understand. As per the tradition goes, the Brahma, when Brahma was assigned, Brahma Hiranyagarbha was assigned the duty of creation, then he started, because he was the first person who came into existence. There is no one else. And world is yet to be created. So he was assigned the duty. So since there was no roadmap, there was nothing, no technology, no science, no knowledge, anything, but still he was assigned to create the world, then he started meditating. In Upanishads it is told, Brahma started doing penance. Means what? He is meditating. He started meditation. He did it for a good amount after meditation. During meditation, he got the knowledge. With the help of knowledge, he created the world. So what is that knowledge he got in the mind? When he was while meditating, the knowledge is nothing but the knowledge of the Vedas, Vedic knowledge. With the help of that, he started the work called creation. And meanwhile, when he was meditating, he also know that there are four yugas, Kruta Yuga, or Satya Yuga, then Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, and what is the nature of the people, what is their strength, what is their weakness, all these things he was thinking. Then he understood when Kali Yuga comes, people are fickle-minded. Their concentration, their attention span is very less. Earlier, 1 hour classes used to be there. Then we reduced to 45 minutes. Then many times some of them said, Swamiji, you are all in still old fashion. Why? Now it is the age of reels. So 15 minutes at the most you should speak. And more than that, you should not speak, Swamiji. People cannot understand. People cannot retain their concentration. You are still in the old style of format taking class, they say. So attention spans have reduced. And today, after TV, we were commenting. Then now internet, reels, social media, our attention span has still reduced. So Brahma was aware of these things. So he thought, then the Vedic knowledge will be difficult. The one Veda reading and understanding, assimilating and putting into practice will be difficult for human beings. Then Brahma thought, okay, I should help them. How can I help? Out of love and compassion for humans, he thought, how can I help? Then he decided, let me get a shortcut method for them so that it will be easy. Then he was thinking. When he was thinking or when he was meditating, then he got the essence of the entire Rigveda as Bhuhu. Or sorry, the entire essence of Rigveda came like Tatsa Vitur Varenyam. The first pada of the Gayatri mantra. The entire essence of the Rigveda is Tatsa Vitur Varenyam. All right. Yajurveda, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. The essence of Yajurveda is Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Then the essence of Samaveda is Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So 3 lines. Okay. 3 pada. Not lines, 3 padas. Each pada has got 8 alphabets, 8 letters. Then that probably still people might feel difficult. Can I further condense? Then Tatsavitur Varenyam has been further condensed into Bhuhu. Bhargo Devasya Dhimayi has been further condensed into Bhuvaha. Then Bhargo Deva Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat was further condensed into Suvaha. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Then Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha was further condensed into Akara, Ukara, Makara. So the combination of Akara, Ukara, Makara is what? Omkara. So if you know this history, if you know this story, you will be able to understand the first line, the first part of the shloka, the mantra, Sarve Veda Yat Pada Mamananti. That goal which all the Vedas declare is what? Omkara. It is not superlative, or it is not just imagination or hypothetical thinking. It is a fact. If you know the story, you'll be able to understand. And one more thing I want to tell you is there is a fourth bhaga also. Gayatri mantra, Om Bhuhu Bhuva Suvaha Vino, Tatsa Vitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, we all know. And not only that, there is a fourth pada of Gayatri. Fourth pada, 3 padas which we all know. Fourth pada of Gayatri is what? Parorajase Savadom. There is a 2 versions. One is Parorajase Savadom. The other is Parorajase, what to say? Yattapattesham. Yattapatteshom, sorry. So the meaning of that fourth bhaga goes, Parorajase Savadom means Parorajase. Paraha means beyond. Rajase means dust, ignorance, darkness. Literal meaning is dust actually. Then we have to understand that is ignorance. So that is beyond the ignorance, beyond the darkness, beyond the impurities. What is that? Savat Om. Saha Avat Om. Indeed, it is Omkara. So this fourth pada is not generally told for people. Why? It is Omkara. That is very quite secret. So what is secret means? Which is very sacred, it is very secret. So only in a very limited circles, this has been discussed. Now you can understand the fourth part of the Gayatri mantra, Parorajase Savadom. Again, that is nothing but the Omkara. All right. Sarve Veda Yatpada Mamananti. Tapansi Sarvani Cha Yadvadanti. People are doing a lot of austerities, penance. So Omkara Upasana has been told in the 15th, 16th and 17th shloka actually. In the 15th, 16th, 17th mantra, 3 mantras, the Omkara Upasana, Omkara meditation has been told. So why Omkara has been so much, explained and other things? So you can use as an object of meditation. All right. So you can meditate on Omkara basically. And while meditating on Omkara, so there are 2 things. You can meditate, you can try to do japa, and you can try to meditate on the Omkara, desiring results. If you are desiring results, you can get materialistic benefits. And not only that, till the post of Brahma, Hiranyagarbha, you can get. If you want Swarga, heaven, you can get it. If you want to reach higher worlds, you can get it. If you want materialistic benefits in this mundane earth, if you want, by doing Omkara Upasana, you can get it. Till attaining Brahmaloka, you can get it. And if you do the Omkara Upasana as Nirguna Brahma, then what happens? That will give Jivan Mukti. Now, Omkara Upasana, what does it mean? So, Omkara is taken as Alambanam. Alambanam means it doesn't support. We are trying to meditate on Shiva, Lord Shiva, maybe in the form of Shivalinga or in the form of Shiva's Murti, Trishuladhari, and Damaru. He's having a Trishula, Damaru, and he's having the, what do you say, Basma, Rudrakshi Mala, then Pannaga Bhushana, that is holding the snake, having the snake as an ornament. So Shiva's form. So that is an alambana, support. So taking the support, one can meditate. So here Omkara also can be taken as a support for meditation. So if with the desires, if you do, you can get the higher worlds, including the materialistic benefits, till attaining Brahmaloka. And if you do the same Omkara Upasana as the Nishkama Karma, without desiring any results, if you do, that will give, either you will attain to Brahmaloka, and from there you will go to Krama Mukti, you will get it, or otherwise you will get a Jivan Mukti. Means before leaving the body, now when we achieve that enough concentration and other things, at before death itself, we will get Jivan Mukti. We will be liberated while leaving. That is the greatness of Omkara. That is the reason in traditional monastic life, the scriptures in Yatidharma Pradipika, it has been told, the traditional monks, they also practice that every day, minimum 10,000 japa of Omkara japa they have to do before sleep. You may be busy or not, you may have work or not, you may have responsibilities, maybe may not be. In spite of all that, you have to finish 10,000 Omkara before doing sleep, before going to bed. Otherwise, you can't sleep. Oh, I was so busy. I was meeting so many people, had responsibilities. Devotees were there. Then some festivals were there. I was busy and I was doing some worship also. I can't do Pranava Japa 10,000 if you say. Then according to the strict rules, you have to finish whatever the time may be, midnight, whatever. You have to finish and then only you can go to bed. That is the such a strict rules has been given there. All right. So Tapansi sarvani cha yadvadanti. The people are doing the austerities. When the people are doing austerities, why they do? Tapasi, tapyati iti tapaha, which burns. Which burns is what tapas. So burns means what? Like alchemy effect, you can say. You put the golden ore into the fire. What happens? After the burning, then the impurities are, what do you say? The impurities are released. Sorry, impurities are removed. Then you will get the pure gold. So similarly, by tapas, what happens? By penance, austerities and all, what happens? All our impurities are removed. Upavasa vrata we do. We try to, like for example, in the December, January, people take a cold water bath. Who takes this Ayappa Mala and other things? Early morning getting up, trying to do one meal and trying to not to eat sweet sometimes, trying to not to be anger sometimes, all different type of vratas we will do. All this is what? Burning the impurities, purifying the mind and strengthening the mind so that I can reach the God, I can experience the God or experience the self. That's all we know. So, but Swami Vivekananda gives a beautiful analysis. Penance or austerity means what? It is disciplining the mind. Once the mind is disciplined, you can achieve anything and everything. For example, the horse. If the horse is disciplined, tamed, then I can go wherever I wish. Otherwise, if I'm sitting on the untamed horse, then wherever the horse takes me, I go. It might get into the bush, it might get to the thorny bushes, it might get into the water, it might get into the valley or whatever. There will be an accident. So Swami Vivekananda says, tapas means what? Disciplining the mind. Okay. So what is the, what do you say, desire or intention of doing? Some people do Sankashti Chauthi. So every Chauthi, fourth day of the lunar calendar, they do fasting. The whole day they will do fasting. Only evening they will take a meal and no salt and no chilies. I mean, praying for Ganapati. Why? Oh, probably they want a progeny. They want some problem resolving, or they want a better promotion and some material benefit. Their intention is. Someone is maybe intending to have a good health. Someone may be intending to have there are some problems, astrologers have told. So to get removed, they may be doing all the intentions. But the spiritual aspirants, when they do tapas, their intention is what? Experiencing the Brahman or reaching the self or God. That is what called Omkara. Tapagamsi sarvani cha yadvadanti. So here, the tapas is not an end in itself. It is the only weapon, tool to reach the God or to reach the self. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. One who is trying to lead a celibate life, chastity, practicing chastity or chaste life. And why they are interested in this? Why they are doing that? Desiring what? Desiring experiencing the Brahman or doing the Omkara Upasana as again to reach the Brahman or whatever. So while doing that, they are practicing the celibacy. Now, we should be very careful. The celibacy is different for different people. The rules of celibacy for brahmachari, student, the rules for grihastha, the rule of brahmacharya for grihastha, married person, and the rule of brahmacharya for vanaprasthi, forest dweller or sannyasi is completely different. For example, sannyasi and brahmachari, for them completely external renunciation and internal renunciation has been told. For grihastha, internal detachment but not external renunciation. He is allowed to enjoy the world in the limited way, in the ethical and moral way. He wants to enjoy pleasures. Yes, you can enjoy in a controlled way, ethically and morally. Now, a monk or a brahmachari, can he enjoy if you ask? They say no. So this brahmacharya itself is very, what do you say, based on our state of life, it is different. So we can't make it same for everyone. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi om iti etat. So the essence of the Vedas, why we are doing all the penances and why we are trying to lead a celibate life, it is everything. It is to get one thing. What is that? Let me tell you in brief. That is called bravimi. I shall declare, I shall tell. Om iti etat. Thus it is known as Omkara. So the essence of the Vedas is Omkara. So the Omkara is the primordial sound. It is very sacred sound. So by meditating on it, one can get mukti, either karma mukti, videha mukti, or jivan mukti. Depending on that, it is possible. Okay. Now it continues the same idea. Etaddevaksharam brahma, etaddevaksharam param, etaddevaksharam gnatva, yo yadichati tasya tat. Etadva aksharam brahma. Etadva aksharam. This syllable is indeed Brahman. This syllable means what? Omkara. This Omkara is indeed Brahman. So it is the another name for Brahman is what? If you ask, the Upanishad is telling Omkara. Etadeva aksharam param. And this syllable, this Omkara syllable is indeed the highest. Means the supreme reality. Etadeva aksharam gnatva. Having known, means gnatva means it's actually dhyatva here. Gnatva means not having known, having meditated on this syllable Omkara, yo yadichati tasya tat. Whatever a person desires, that becomes theirs. So Omkara is like a kalpataru. Kalpataru means what? According to the Indian mythology story, that a person who is sitting under the kalpataru tree, whatever he wills, whatever he desires, whatever he wishes, all his desires are fulfilled. Prayers are answered, wishes are fulfilled. So Omkara is also like a kalpataru. So by meditating on the Omkara, all your desires can be fulfilled. Now, etaddevaksharam brahma. So, what is this Brahma? Here Brahma means etaddevaksharam Brahma. In the first part, that is Brahma means here Brahman is Saguna aspect of Brahman. So here Brahman refers to the divine as manifested, associated with qualities, creation and the universe. Saguna Brahma. So like Hiranyagarbha, you can think. Who has got qualities? Like he has got knowledge, he has got compassion, love, is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent and whatnot. And is the creator, is the sustainer, is the person who is the cause for dissolution, laya also. So all these things is what Brahma. Etadeva aksharam Brahma. Then etadeva aksharam param. Here param means Parabrahma. That is Saguna Brahma. This is Nirakara Nirguna Brahma, who doesn't have any qualities. He is unmanifested. He is Satchitananda. Satchitananda is not the quality, it is the, the nature of the Brahman. So in Taittiriya Upanishad, this has been discussed in very detailed by Shankaracharya. Gnanam Anantam Brahma, while discussing how this all Satchitananda, Gnanam, Anantam, all these things are not qualities, not attributes, rather they are the nature. So basically, Panam Brahma means Nirguna Brahma. So Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, both are nothing but Omkara only. So Nirguna Brahma means no form, no name, no shape, no, it is beyond space and time, beyond creation, sustenance, dissolution. Then it is not limited by space and description. So basically, pure awareness. That is what. So Yetadeva Aksharam Param means the Omkara is Nirguna Brahma also. Then Yetadeva Aksharam Gnatva. So Gnatva means it is not just knowing, it is after meditating. So good amount of meditation one has to do. Many times we think, I know what is right, I know what is wrong. Why I am not able to do that? Because lack of practice. Why there is a lack of practice? Because of desires and because of lack of control over the mind, all these things. Etad Gnatva means Dhyatva, after meditating, Brahmaloke Mahiyate. One can attain Brahmaloka. That is the highest loka, Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. Both are synonyms. So when you do Sakama Upasana, you will get either as I told all you, the desires which can be fulfilled in this mundane world, progeny, wealth, money, name, fame, power, position, anything you want, you can get it. Till Brahmalok, attaining Brahmalok. If you do in the Nishkama way, it is you can attain Nirguna Brahma and Krama Mukti or Jivan Mukti. Yetada lambanam shreshtam, yetada lambanam param, yetada lambanam gnatva, brahmaloke mahiyate. The same idea has been continued again. Yetad alambanam shreshtam. This support is the best. It is the best support. This means which? Omkara. Omkara is the best support. Oh, I didn't know that Omkara can be taken as a pillar to support my house then. Oh no, it is not the physical support. Here it is a mental support to reach the God, to have a God realization or self-realization. Yetada lambanam param. And this support, this Omkara as a support is the supreme. Yetada lambanam gnatva. Having known about this support, Brahmaloke mahiyate means the seeker attains the Brahmaloka. The same idea of the 16th is being told. Let us see. Now, alambanam, he has used word twice. What is this alambanam? Alambanam is support. Now, I have to worship a God. I have to meditate on God. How can I do? The first and foremost, they say, oh, he is a Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahma. You meditate. He doesn't have any name. Then you are telling Brahman. Oh, Brahman means it is just ever expanding, infinity, ever expanding. That's all. It is not actually the name. Then why are you using the word even Brahman? Oh, because without using the word, without name, I cannot make you explain. I cannot make you understand. So I'm using one word. That's all. Okay, then you meditate. So if I try to meditate, then try to imagine Brahman, Niraka, Nirguna Brahman, who doesn't have any form, who doesn't have any attributes, who doesn't have any shape. Meditate. Then our mind goes blank. We cannot comprehend. Why? Our mind needs name and form for meditation, for thinking. Without name and form, it cannot. Even thoughts are not possible without a name or without the words actually. So that is the reason our forefathers, Rishis, understood the strength and the limitations of the mind. They gave the form Murti Puja. For an example, Shivalinga. So Shivalinga is the one of the support, Alambanam, to worship the Lord Shiva. So is Shiva is only in the Shivalinga? No, he is everywhere. Then when he is everywhere, why should I worship in Shiva in Shivalinga? People ask, when God is everywhere, why should I go to temple? Why am I asked been to worship Lord in temple only? God is everywhere. If you can perceive, definitely you need not to go to temple, but that is not that easy. So to start with, let me feel the presence of the Lord, at least in the temple. Let me start feeling the presence of the Shiva, at least in the Shivalinga or in the picture of Shiva. So the Shivalinga is like a pratika alambanam. Pratika means it's a non-human representation, symbol. Then the form of Shiva, Krishna, Durga, Kali, Ramakrishna, all is what? Pratima Upasana, human representation. So these are called alambanas. We try to meditate on Sri Ramakrishna's form, Krishna's form. For Balagopala you may take, Radha Krishna's form you may take. So we are taking the form for as a meditation. So that's the reason when people say, oh, you Hindus, you worship stone, you worship trees, you worship clay. If they say, then we will laugh at them. No, my dear, we are not worshipping the clay. Oh, you are building the clay image, Ganapati image and Ganesh Chaturthi, such a big Durga Puja time, Durga image, Kali Puja time, Kali image. And why do you say that you don't worship clay? It is nothing but clay. We say, we are not worshipping the clay, my dear. We are worshipping the God in the form of clay. So clay is an alambanam, tree or wood. There is a statue built by wood, if you say, then we are not worshipping the wood. We are worshipping the Lord just in the wooden form, that's all. We are not worshipping it because it is wood. We are not worshipping. We are attributing the Lord in that wood and we are worshipping it. That's the reason once we do the Pranapratishtha, the clay becomes so divine for us in the form of Ganapati. And when the Pranapratishtha has been removed after the puja through Samara Mudra, then it is just like a clay, lump of clay, nothing else. That's the reason we immerse it. Otherwise, we have to do puja, so we immerse it. So we don't worship metal, we don't worship clay, we don't worship trees. Rather, we worship God. We try to feel the presence of God in these forms, that's all. That is what alambanam support. So here the Yama is telling to the Nachiketa, Omkara is the best support. Omkara is the symbol of ultimate truth and it is the best support. Yetada lambanam shreshtam, yetada lambanam param. Now you can understand what is alambana. Then etada lambanam gnatva. Gnatva means again here dhyatva. After meditating long, with intense, deep, then what happens? Brahmaloke mahiyate. He attains Brahmaloka. So once he goes to Brahmaloka, then no more return. He will get a krama mukti. After some point of time, after hundreds of years, he will get liberated. So now this is one of the very beautiful and interesting shloka. So till here, these three shlokas, as per the commentators, these three shlokas was meant for Manda Adhikaris, means mediocre aspirants. So very low aspirant are the Adhamadhikari, then Manda Adhikari, mediocre, Uttama Adhikari, best aspirant. So here for Adama Adhikari, they have not discussed. They have started with the Manda Adhikari. For the mediocre aspirant, this Omkara Upasana has been told. Now for the Uttama Adhikari, the best spiritual aspirant, now the Vedanta has been taught by the Yama. Now the real teaching means for the Uttama Adhikari, the Vedantic teaching starts. Na jayate mriyate va vipaschit. Nayam kutaschinna babhuva kaschit. Ayam nitya shashvatoyam puranaha. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Whoever has read Bhagavad Gita, you will be able to link something. There, na jayate mriyate va kadachit. It is there. Here, vipaschit it is there. So whatever the definitions of Atman we see in Bhagavad Gita, most of the definitions has been borrowed by Kathopanishad. Especially with pertaining to the definitions of Atman, description of Atman in Bhagavad Gita, most of the shlokas has been borrowed from Kathopanishad. That's why Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam, we all tell. Why it is called Upanishad Sara? Why it is called Brahma Vidya? Because the ideas from in Bhagavad Gita has been taken from Upanishads. That's the reason in the Dhyana Shloka we tell Sarvo Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana. So all the Upanishad can be considered, Upanishad is considered as compared to a cow. Okay. Then the milkman is as Krishna here. So just like the milkman milks the milk from the cow, so Upanishad is what like cow and the milkman is what Krishna, and he as milkman gets the milk, he has given the milk in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So when such type of slokas, when you see, you'll be able to understand the significance of Bhagavad Gita, how it is based, essence of the Upanishads. Okay. Na jayate briyate va vipaschita. Vipaschita means omniscient one, means the self. The self or the omniscient one, na jayate na briyate va. The self doesn't have any birth nor death. What a beautiful statement. These are the slokas meant for Vedantic meditation. We can meditate on this. Nayam kutaschinna babhuva kaschit. It did not originate from anything and nothing originated from it. No creation at all. Ajo nityam shashvatoyam purana. Ajaha, unborn. Ja means born. Ajaha, unborn. Nityaha, eternal. Shashvataha, everlasting. Ayam Purana, this self is Purana, means ancient. Nahanyate, hanyamane sharire. Even if the body is killed, if the body is perished, if the body is killed, the self cannot be killed. So every word contains deep meanings. This can be taken as a meditation for the Vedantic meditation. Now, na jayate briyate va. Before that, I want to make some statements on consciousness. Probably we will end this and I will make this thing. So try to remember and try to contemplate on these statements on consciousness. Then in the next class, I will try to discuss in detail. So this Atman or the consciousness or the self, the nature, if you see, it is not a part or a property or a product of the body. Consciousness is not the part of the body. Consciousness is not the product of the body. So consciousness is not the product of the body. That's what Charvaka said. Consciousness is the product of the body, they say. No. So just like this hand is a part of the body, the head is a part of the body, the legs are part of the body. So similarly, consciousness is the part of the body, if you ask. No. The skin is a property of the body. Or the skin is the part of the body, if you say. No. Then property. I am feeling cold, I am feeling hot, then it is perishable. So like that is the consciousness is the part of the property of the body, if you say. No. Then consciousness, what is consciousness? It is an independent entity which pervades and enlivens the body. But it does not depend on the body to exist, but rather body depends on consciousness to exist. One is consciousness is not the part, product or property of the body. First. Second is consciousness is an independent entity which pervades and enlivens the body. It has got a self-existence and it covers the body. But consciousness is not depending on the body for its existence. Rather, body is depending on the consciousness for its existence. We all think body as a self. No, Vedanta says self as a body. All right. The third is consciousness is not limited by the space and time. So consciousness is not limited by this, even the body and space and time. It is not limited by body. It is not limited by time also. Then when the world perishes or the body perishes, consciousness is not perished. People say, Swamiji, when a person dies, what happens to the self? Where the self goes? Where does the self stays? All these questions they ask. When they ask, I smile, I laugh. That means they have not understood Vedanta. They should come to hear my Vedanta classes. Why? When a person is dead means what? The subtle body has left the physical body. In Hindi, they say, Pran chala gaya. The villagers, they have said Pran chala gaya. They might not know Vedanta, or they might know, they might not know, because prana is the part of the subtle body. Subtle body has left the physical body, that's all. Then what happens to consciousness? Self, it is there only. If self is there, then why a person is called dead? Because the reflecting medium called subtle body has left. Oh, that means, Swamiji, does consciousness exist even in the dead body? If you ask, we say yes. Only the subtle body has left. Consciousness, it is there even in the dead body as well as in the living body. Why? Consciousness does not depend on the body for its existence. Rather, body depends on the self for its existence. So, yeah. And consciousness is a subject. It is not an object. And what is consciousness? It is a pure awareness. It is just a witness. Now you are aware of my talk. You are aware of your thoughts. You are aware of your feelings. You are aware of your body ache. You are aware of the heat wave. So who is that awareness? That is you. That is what the Brahman or the self or the consciousness. Hold on to that awareness. Try to understand more and more about this awareness. Let us try to discuss in the next class what a beautiful sloka this is. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, if anyone of you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Pranam Maharaj, this Avalamban is Sreshtha and Para. What is the difference between Sreshtha and Para?
Yeah, Alambanam means support, Shrestha and Param. Shrestha means best, Param means superior. Best, everything, whichever is best, it may not be superior. And whichever is superior, it might not be the best. It is superior compared to something, but still there may be still something else which is best actually. Which is best, it need not be always superior, and which is superior, always it need not to be best. First point. So, yetada lambanam shreshtam, yetada lambanam param. So, why there is a shreshta and param? So, if you remember, I told param and shreshtam is what? The yetada lambanam shreshtam means the support is the best. Why? It is the best means for meditation. Why? It is the essence of the Vedas. And it is easy to think, comprehend, and imagine, or whatever. So it is the highest support for meditation and realization. And it is very easy, according to not me, according to the Upanishads. Now you might say, oh, might not be, Swamiji, there is something else which is easy. Fine. But according to the Upanishads, it is so easy and it is the best support. That is what Yetada Lambanam Shreshtam. Yetada Lambanam Param means this support is the supreme. There are so many supports. Now Shivalinga is one of the support. Vishnu Saligrama, Krishna Saligrama, Narsimha Saligrama is one of the support. Then Shiva's form, Rama's form, Ramakrishna's form, Durga's form, it is also one more support. So there can be different supports. Now I am discussing Patanjali Yoga Sutras. In Patanjali, in few sutras they tell you can take so many objects as a object of meditation he discusses. So among all that, there he also discusses about Omkara. Omkara is the best support. So that's why it is Shrestha. I hope you understood now.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Maharaj, this the Omkara is should be chanted in the form of a japa, or through japa we need to go into meditation. So what is the because here you said meditation and Omkara is normally chanting. So yeah.
Yeah. So you can start with Omkara japa, repetition of the Omkara you can start with. Then slowly now, for an example, now you understood Omkara is the best support. Now when you are chanting Omkara, you can try to concentrate on the sound itself, that is taking as a support. In that way you can meditate. And Omkara is not just like any sound. Omkara is the best support. Why? It is the synonym for the Lord names, or the self, or the consciousness, or the Brahman. So when you are uttering the word Omkara, you are trying to take the name of the Brahman, which is so sacred, which is so special, which is the essence of the Vedas. So when you know all these things and when you are trying to meditate on the Omkara as it is the goal Like in the Mundaka, it comes, it is the means and it is also the goal. Now, for an example, I take a bow and arrow and I shoot an arrow. Now, arrow is a means. The goal is a target. It will go and hit the target. What is the target? There, for an example, there will be a board, there's a point. Otherwise, you have to kill an animal. So the target is what? Killing an animal. But bow is only a means. So means and the target are the goal. Both are Omkara. And through Omkara, you can reach the God. You can reach the self. You can reach the Supreme Self. So, and in Bhagavad Gita, it is there, Upanishads, it is there, the description of Omkara. You can try to read, understand, then keeping all that ideas and the knowledge in the mind, you can also try to do meditation on the Omkara. For an example, you say Rama. Now, Ra and Ma, if you take, Rama is nothing but the Supreme Lord. We all know that. How? Oh, because in Ramayana, we know that. He's the Supreme Lord. He's omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. Now, the word Rama, it becomes so sacred for us when we know that he is a Paramatma. He is the God incarnate. He is omniscient, he is omnipresent, he is omnipotent. And by praying to him, if he blesses, all our desires are fulfilled. And that Ramanama Japa, or meditation on Ramanama, or thinking of Rama, one can attain mukti. My desires can be fulfilled. My problems can be solved. Why? Because such a powerful name, Rama. So the story goes like this, even just example of Rama. When Dasharatha in the naming ceremony, he used to love Rama. He used to love all the four sons, no doubt, but somehow he had a little more affection, extra affection towards Rama. So he asked his Kulaguru Vasishta that, oh Vasishta, please keep him such a unique name so that let people should get fond of that, let people should not forget about. Then Valmiki he gazed at the child's face and maybe a moment he took or a minute he took, then he said, Rama. Dasharatha was displeased. He was not happy at all. What is this two letters? That's all. There the description goes, Ra has been taken from Om Namo Narayanaya, Ashtakshari mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya. Ra has been taken from there. If you remove the Ra, then the Ashtakshari mantra will lose its meaning. Then Ma has been taken from the Shiva Panchakshari mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. Ma. So like that. And what means Ra? Rama means Jagat, Ma means Parameshwara, is the Lord of the universe. There's one more meaning. And Rama also means one who brings happiness and bliss on their hearts, who meditates on him. Ramante iti Ramaha, they say, the Vigraha Vakya. One who feels bliss, one who rejoices by thinking of Rama, by meditating on Rama. That is what the etymological meaning of the Rama. So when you know all this knowledge, when you start repeating the Lord's name, that is Rama's name, or you can meditate on the Rama's name and Rama's form and with a japa. Why? Because you have got a lot of knowledge about the Rama. Earlier it was just a God's name, that's all. So when you know all these things and when you know some history and you know some incidents pertaining to Rama, then the word itself becomes so sacred. So similar way, Omkara is also Yetadalambanam Shreshtam, Yetadalambanam Param. So all these things, whatever in the last 3 shlokas we discussed about the Omkara, when you know the meaning. For example, I told the story of the Brahma. The essence of the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda is what? Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra essence is 3 words, Bhuhu, Bhuva, Subha. And the essence of Bhuhu, Bhuva, Subha is Akara, Ukara, Makara. The compound of 3 syllables is Omkara. So when you know all these things, then your Shraddha, your faith, your feelings towards Omkara becomes better. Then it will become the best support for the meditation.
Little lighter question. The in the initial discussion you said that austerity is as per the Vedic directions different for different sects of people. Like for sannyasis, there is a different guidelines and external austerities and both internal. So for here also, you said that 10,000 times the sannyasis have been asked to chant the Omkara mantra. And so for grihis like or the householders, Is there any number defined?
Oh no. No, you can take whatever, how much ever is possible for you, or you can, well, sometimes you can ask your gurus or acharyas how much you suggest for me. Like that, you can ask them, and whatever they say, you have to follow them. Otherwise, you can take yourself, like I will try to do 108 or 1000 japa every day. But in the Yatidharma Deepika, it has been told for a monks generally 10,000 japa, pranava japa has to be done for them. So that's what traditional monks they follow it. But I told the celibacy, the brahmacharya is different for different people. The brahmacharya ashrama. Ashrama means here state, not Chinmaya Mission ashrama, Ramakrishna ashrama. Ashrama, here it is a institution. So grostha ashrama, brahmacharya ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama means it is a stage of life. Four
Right.
stages of life.
Right.
So the brahmacharya, the idea of celibacy and the rules, do's and don'ts about pertaining to celibacy is different from the stages of life. So for the grostha brahmacharya, celibacy is what? It is ethical, moral, that's all. You have to see your own wife, except that all women should be seen as either mothers or sisters. So it is more of ethics and morality and code of conduct. But for a brahmacharya and for sannyasi, when it comes celibacy, it is absolute. It is something different actually. So that's what I mean. So the celibacy is different for different stage of people. So sometimes we universalize it, we generalize it. Actually, it is not so.
It's a wonderful explanation, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Maharaj, Pranam Maharaj.
Mhm.
Maharaj, I have only one liner, Maharaj. Please correct my ignorance. Maharaj, is consciousness and awareness can be put in as a synonym? Is consciousness is sameness or okay, Maharaj, if awareness is not existing, then will one of a statement you've given, no, Maharaj, consciousness exists in the dead body also,
Mm.
but the awareness is not there. If both are same, that part really confused me.
Okay.
I was
Awareness is
following
not there means for whom awareness is not there? Who is not aware of? When
the
you
dead
say
body.
awareness is there or awareness is not there in the dead body, how can there be awareness? Because someone is not aware, even you are saying, who is not aware of awareness?
Okay, got it.
Who is not aware of awareness? So I think
Yeah,
I will tell you the other way I will try to put it. Probably this will be clear. So consciousness exists everywhere. Okay, before that I will give him one more point, then I will come to that. Now, eyes. Our eyes will see everything, isn't it, in the world? It sees a rose, it sees the chocolate, it sees the cooking, dish, it sees the lemon rice, it sees every object, whatever the wavelength is possible, perceptible to our human eyes, it sees everything. And now say for discussion sake, I wishes to see itself. How do I look like? Let me see. Can it see for itself? No. Eyes, though it can see everything in the world, it cannot see itself. Then if they wish, then eye needs a reflecting medium. Say for an example here, mirror. When a person go and stand in front of a mirror, through the reflection, eyes can see its image, not the original one, only image. Now the face, I can see everyone's face, but I cannot see my own face. To see my own face, I need a mirror. So similarly, because of the presence of consciousness, we understand everything. Consciousness is a substratum for my existence. So consciousness is the substratum for my understanding. Consciousness is a substratum for awareness. All these things true, but there is nothing is required to exist for consciousness. If I have to, as a Swami Shantivratananda, if I have to survive, I need many things. I need a conducive weather. I need food. I need oxygen. I need a shelter to exist. 1 or 2 days, fine. But in the long run, I need all of them. Otherwise, I cannot survive. So my existence, it is a dependent existence. My existence means Shantivratananda's existence. Shantivratananda's existence is depending on so many factors. That's why Shantivratananda has got a dependent existence. Now, for consciousness to stay, to exist, it needs anyone's support? No. Consciousness doesn't need anyone's support for its existence. That's why it is called self-existence. But, however so, to even the consciousness to be aware of consciousness, to aware of itself, it needs a reflecting medium called mind. Just like eyes can see everything, the human eyes can see everything in the world, but to see itself, it needs a reflecting medium like a mirror. Just like this face, I can see everyone's face, but to see my own face, I need a reflecting medium, like maybe water or a mirror. So similarly, because of the consciousness, I am aware of everything, but to be aware of awareness, to be aware of consciousness, I need a reflecting medium, which is called mind. I hope you understand now.
So the reflecting medium is created by Hiranyagarbha.
Yeah, it's a part of Hiranyagarbha. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No more
Yes,
questions.
Maharaj. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Flowers to your feet. Thank you.
Maharaj,
Jai Ram
namaste.
Krishna Maharaj.
Namaste.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Oh, namaste, Gautam. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Jai Ram Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Jai Ram Krishna.
Namaste, Maharaj.
Thank you, Swamiji. Jai Ram Krishna.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Welcome.